Hello, I am Kimberly Hollins. I am a business office technology instructor in the Career Technical Division. My presentation will be on the evidence-based resume using the WHO method. I hope you find this presentation informational. All right, let's get started. Your resume is often the first step to getting an interview. Your resume is a reflection of you. It is basically you on paper. Your resume should highlight your skills, activities, organizations, or anything that is relevant to the position you are seeking. What is an evidence-based resume? Evidence-based resumes help you better understand your skills and potential and provide proof to the reader that you are a great candidate. Evidence-based resume using the WHO method. The WHO stands for what did you do? H, how did you do the work? And O, the outcomes associated with the work. And what did you do? You will specify the tasks or the activities that you participate or enjoyed, or what specific tasks or activities did you do. The H is how did you do the work? What skills or methods or strategies you employed to take on the work. And O, outcomes associated with the work. What were the results, the impact? All right, let's go over a few samples with the WHO method. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. It says, why should you prepare an evidence-based resume? For two things, evaluating your experiences, and you need to know who you are and what you have to offer. In evaluating your experiences, companies shop for the best talent or candidates. So it's the same token when we go shopping. We just don't pick the first thing up that we see. We usually try on items to see does it fit, is the right colors. We are particular about what we buy. So it's the same token with employees. They are going to choose the best fit, someone that will bring or add value to the organization. And second, you need to know who you are and what you have to offer. So when you evaluate your experiences, you will uncover your skills and understand the impact of your own work. More importantly, you will be able to explain your work. All right, some basic resume tips. Resume should include your name, address, phone number, and email address. Do not include highly or sensitive personal information. Also, a resume should include the following. This is where you will list your activities and sell yourself to the employee. Education, work experience, skills, achievements, and summary statement. It is important that you have the right information on your resume to sell yourself and to provide proof that you are the best candidate for the job. Under these headings, they are especially important. It is under these headings that you will provide or list the relevant information, and your verb uses would be the key too. All right, some key factors. I know y'all wondering what does this have to do with the WHO method, but I'm just throwing in a little bit tidbits. All right, some key factors. Keep your resume short and direct. Highlight relevant skills and experiences, and highlight accomplishments instead of job duties. No employee wants a long list with bullets such as answer calls, took care of customers, delivered messages, and so on. The employee wants to know, how did you take care of the customers? Do not make broad statements. Be precise and clear. Some more basic formatting tips. 1-inch margins. Use a professional font such as Calibri or Times New Roman, 11 or 12 font size. Bold your headings. Use good paper such as parchment paper and try to keep your resume to one page. Here again, no employee wants to read a long resume that says virtually nothing. What not to do on your resume. Do not lie or exaggerate on your resume. Do not use any negative phrases. Do not use passive voice, but instead use action verbs. Do not put false statements on your resume that you have not done or performed. It will make you look bad if the employer asks you about certain items and you can't explain yourself. That's a red flag. Also, do not put negative statements about former employees on your resume. The employer is only interested in what you could contribute to the organization. And last, using action verbs. You are telling or describing what you did and how you performed a certain task or resolved an issue. Here are some samples using the WHO method. I took the liberty of providing 3 samples. The first one says customer service experience. This is before the WHO provided customer service in a high stress environment. That's a broad statement. It's not telling you anything. It's not telling you details, how you did it, what were the outcomes or anything. So here's the statement rewritten using the WHO method. You resolve customer concerns while adhering to store policies by using active listening and diplomacy and earn top 5% in secret shopper scores. All right, so after we rewrote the statement, we answered all the questions. What did you do? You resolved customer concerns while adhering to store policies. How did you do it? By using active listening and diplomacy. And what were the outcomes? As a result, you earned top 5% in secret shopper scores. I wish I'd have used this method when I wrote my first resume. I think this is a good method. Here's another sample. All right, this one involves club involvement. And the statement reads, responsible for new member orientation. Here again, another broad statement. So after using the WHO method, it is written to say, created dynamic new member orientation program using relationship and team building strategies to build club affiliation and increase retention rates by 20%. So in this method, we answer the questions as well again. It asks, what did you do? He created dynamic new member orientation program. How did he do it? He used relationship and team building strategies to build club affiliation. And as a result, he increased retention rates by 20%. That was the outcome. And the last sample. I used one of my statements when I on my first resume, getting this job, well, another job rather, taught business office technology classes. So that's a broad statement. When I look back over my resume, it wasn't good. But since you know, we do better. All right, so after the WHO method, I wrote it to say train and educate the students in the business office technology program by equipping the students with the necessary resources to become competitive in the workforce environment. So after using the WHO method and doing my research, I found this method to be very effective. I think this method, when using this method, any viable candidate should have a good chance of getting hired. And it is imperative that we use the right verbs on your resume and not use the passive voice. Always use action verbs. So this is my last sample, and this is the end of my presentation. I know it was short. Here are some references if you want to look at them. This one came from Oregon State. The first one came from Oregon State University, and the second one came from Michigan State University. So I hope you have found this presentation enlightening and somewhat resourceful. Thank you so much.